Good morning, Sunday morning. Um, I wanted to use the word metanoia. It was the word of the day yesterday, I believe. This thing that I subscribe to, and the meaning is a transformational change in one's way of life resulting from spiritual awareness. Now, Um, I think the Webster reference actually is resulting from a penitence or a spiritual conversion. I like to focus obviously on the spiritual conversion, and really where I want to take that is we've thought of ourselves up until now as human beings trying to get along in life, trying to create something. A lot of us are trying to leave something behind for future generations. It's kind of like, what are they going to remember me for? um, but I think that spiritual conversion, or at least spiritual awareness, transformational conversion in regards to spiritual awareness, is more surrounding the whole idea that we are spirit, and as such, we can create. We can create, and we're the only creature known to mankind that is capable of doing that, is capable of observing their thoughts from a standpoint of, can I change them, and will this change the outcome for me in the future? So, as I've been talking in the past, changing your thoughts, changing your verbiage is going to create your new life. It's going to be your metanoia. Because now you're bringing the spiritual realm into it. You're bringing the whole concept of us being connected to the universe in a spiritual way. In other words, we are energized by the spirit of the universe, and we have a connection that we can utilize to affect the outcome. So, and yesterday I talked about the the Bible code, and how um, pretty much all of the events, in fact, apparently you can look up your own name, your own birth, and it's in the Akashic, it's in the Bible, it's in the first 5 chapters of the Bible. Um, and we can look up all of the events that are going to happen in the world, and with each of those events there is always the the word form, will you change this? So if it doesn't look like it's a positive outcome, we can change it. We have the possibility. um, and for people who are physically affected, have various things that they want to change about their health, um, that have been living in pain and suffering, and want to change that. Interestingly enough, our body reconditions itself and replaces all of the cells um, in the period of a year. So DNA, the DNA in your body is replaced every 2 months. So if you want to change something that is linked to your DNA, there's a possibility that you can change it within 2 months, just by getting in touch. And you can go back and look at the various methodologies that I've laid out, getting in touch with um, the quantum field of energy, and changing your desired outcome. And that includes, obviously, visualizing what you want your future to look like. And the power that is going to create that is your feeling of love energy, adding the gratitude and the 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 joyous love that will come with, or that is living in you, because you are now in that perfect situation. So you put yourself into the future as if it was now, and that's what changes it. You get the feeling of, oh, how wonderful it's going to be when I can walk again, or when I don't have arthritis, or when I don't have the flu, or when I, whatever it happens to be. You can change that. And obviously, for some of these things, like your brain replaces all the cells in a year, so it takes a little longer. If you've got if you're having epileptic seizures, or you've got cancer, for instance, um, there are many, many, many documented cases of people who have changed their physiology. And the doctors can do one of two things. They can say, well, either you were misdiagnosed, or this is a miracle. However, doctors are very loath to consider the fact that miracles are possible. Your skin replaces itself in a month. So if you have eczema, how long is it going to take you to grow your new skin? A whole month. You have to be vigilant about creating it in your mind. Best to do that in a meditative state. You get in touch with, you kind of get rid of the external influences, and you come from a point of stillness within you that knows who you are as spirit. Your bones recreate themselves in 3 months. Your blood replaces, the blood cells are replaced every 4 months. Now, if you give blood, the amount of blood that is taken from your body will be replaced a lot faster than that. It's a matter of weeks, even less, I think, days. But all the blood cells are replaced every 4 months. Anyway, so today, being Sunday, right? and many of you will have the day to focus on yourselves, creating something in your life. Here's a suggestion. If it's a nice day for you, it's kind of hazy right now here, a little cloudy, but it's fall weather. We're waking up to 60, 70 degrees, but it's going up to like 80 degrees or something like that. So it's beautiful days. Occasionally we get the rain. Yes, that's part of fall. I love it. So if it's a nice day, go out into a park or somewhere where you can lay down on the grass and just kind of watch the clouds as they form and reform and shape, and as they scoot by. Get yourself lost in the clouds, and then begin to visualize the new you, the new life that you want, whatever it is that's your dream. Visualize it in the clouds. You can create anything. When I was a kid, I used to do that. I used to lay on the ground and I would watch the clouds, and I would try to manipulate the clouds. I would go, okay, I'm going to create a hole over here. And sure enough, a hole would appear. I would say, okay, so I want this to, condense into a format and that I recognize, and it would do that. So, now whether it was just my imagination or whether it was actual, I believe I was actually manipulating, because you can see energy. if you kind of defocus, you can see the sparklets of energy in the air, and you can consciously focus those. It's called prana, right? You can focus those and use them to affect your environment. So go out and get into some sunshine, lay on. You're connected to the earth now. You're watching the sky, so you're connected now to the universe and to the earth, and you're creating your new existence. You kind of go, you kind of drift off. You get into that state where it's just you and the universe, which includes everything, but but you're not consciously aware of what, yeah, okay, so there may be activity, there may be birds and squirrels and stuff like that running around, but create it from there. Just experience your connection to Mother Earth and to the universe. um, Somebody sent me a little sparkle. I bet that was Maddie. um, so that's my request for you today. Go out and spend some time. If nothing else, just walk through the fields with your shoes off. Feel the grass, feel the ground, hear the birds and the wind. Feel the sun on your face. I think where Maddie is, it's probably raining. I'm sorry, but for those of you who can, if you can't get out, sit somewhere where or lie on a couch. Hopefully, this whatever light there is can come through the window, kind of shine on you, and you can just kind of drift off into your own little world and create your new world. Think about, okay, so if DNA is replaced every 2 months, I only need to focus on my new capabilities, my new body, my new existence for 60 days. And I'll be a new me. Because when you can get to that space where you're at I guess maybe event horizon is the wrong word, but where you get to the space of infinite possibilities, where quantum starts. Here's the thing, and something you can look up if you're not familiar with it. It's the double slit experiment, first done back in early 1900s, I believe, where they shone a light wave um, at a wall that had two slits in it, and they recorded what was going on with that light on a screen behind it. When they were not watching the experiment, the photons acted like they were a wave. They went like this, okay? And as they went through the light, the two slits, they created ripples. That's, the wave effect. It creates ripples. When they watched the experiment, as soon as they focused on the experiment, whether they did it electronically with machinery or whether they did it manually just by somebody observing, what they discovered was the photons began to act like particles. So that proves, at least that is some proof of the idea that we affect what's going on in our world moment by moment. What we put our attention on, we turn into our possibilities. We turn into what we expect. As long as we're not focused on it, the universe just does what the universe does. It's waves of energy. As soon as we focus, as soon as we say, okay, this is what I expect to see, all of a sudden we're affecting it. And the universe says, oh, okay, so that's what we'll do. You're expecting that? That's what we'll do. So create an expectation of a life that you would love to live. Create an expectation of perfect health. Create an expectation of that wonderful, perfect love in your life. Go out and lay in the grass, get some sunshine, watch the clouds, and create your new universe, your new world. All right? Happy Sunday. Have a wonderful day. I'll see you tomorrow morning at 7:15.